Hello again, everybody. Zach Attack is here with my Atak Sportz for today, Monday, November 4th, 2013. I hope everyone had a great weekend. Let's kick off this sports day with NFL Week 9 results and thoughts from Sunday's games. Now, me being a disc jockey, I missed most of the games to this yesterday, but thankfully yesterday was my last full day at Westview Orchards. So that means next Sunday I'll be able to watch football again all day on Sundays. I did. I only got to catch one game, the Pats against the Steelers, and I've been fans of both teams. And it was just a big game. The Pats just destroyed the Steelers. Man, the Steelers, are they sucking this year or what? But Ben Roethlisberger did have his moments. They had some great comeback. They have a comeback rally, but it was too little, too late. The Pats just scored with interceptions, a great 80-yard touchdown. Brady was on top of his game again as well. So both quarterbacks were playing great games, but the Pats got the winning end of it with a 55-31 victory. Other big victories, the Jets beating the Saints. Wow. And also the Eagles destroying Oakland. Texans losing to the Colts with the Texans coach getting injured and some people getting injured. Speaking of situations like injuries and stuff, or in this case, symptoms of a heart attack, best wishes to John Fox, the coach of another team I like, the Denver Broncos. He went to the hospital over the weekend. So best wishes to John Fox and get well soon, buddy. And of course, I live here in Michigan. The other big game this week again was the U of M MSU game. It was like a house divided. My dad is a Spartan fan, so he was happy the Spartans won. I'm a U of M fan because Madonna went to U of M, Blue Pacific. My cousin goes to U of M, so I kind of had to side with U of M. But today the house is divided again on a different front. We live in Michigan, but since the Lions suck most of the time, besides this year, my mom and I like two different teams, which are both facing off today. And they're enemies. My mom's a Packer fan. But I'm a fan of a certain team from a certain town that starts with a C, ends in an O, in the middle is a gang, a team that is known as the Bears. The Bears. It's like the Bears against the Packers tonight on Monday Night Football. So you can tell by my chef who I'm standing with. Like I said, my mom's a Packer fan. She likes Clay Matthews. Too bad he's not playing. And Cutler's out again. Dang it. So let's see what happens. And it's in Lambeau's. Last time Bears played in Lambeau, we got our asses. They got their asses stomped. So, we'll see what happens this time around against the Bears and the Packers tonight on Monday Night Football from Lambeau. Now, on with my other favorite sports. First, cage fighting. On Saturday, I catch the last two fights of the Bellator, what was supposed to be the Bellator pay-per-view, but ended up being a live event on Spike since Tito Ortiz got injured. I saw the co-main event, the Emmanuel Newton where King Mo fight. That was an okay fight, but wait, King Mo got his ass stomped. He was trying to get revenge, but Emmanuel Newton, he proved that fight wasn't a fluke. That his win over King Mo the first time in that sprinty backfist wasn't a fluke and went to 5 rounds, and it was an intense fight. But it was not as intense as the main event at Bellator's big event on Spike. Andy Alvarez versus Michael Chandler for the Bellator Lightweight Championship. What an epic main event. It was another rematch as well. And it lived up to the hype. It was very violent, very bloody, very intense, very back and forth. Both guys had their moments in the match. And it was just very well matched. And it was just back and forth action. Like I said, both guys had moments to knock the other out. But it also went to 5 rounds. And Eddie Alvarez got the victory. Split decision. And he got booed because it was in California. This event, and it's Michael Chandler's hometown. So there you go. Big night for Bellator despite the loss of. I'm glad that the Ortiz fight got canceled because Michael Chandler and Eddie Alvarez would have been the co-main event to overshadow this stupid fight with Ortiz and Rampage. So I'm glad he got to at least be a main event. Being not on pay-per-view, but still great night for Bellator nonetheless with that great main event. Of course, Bellator's on Spike TV. Another show's on Spike TV that could be in threats of being sold. Is TNA. Now, there's been a lot of rumors about TNA being sold, about the Carter family selling TNA. To many of us, it's like, it's inevitable. They've been delaying the inevitable for years, and we knew they were going to sell it. The Vince. Not exactly. The big name that's been touted as the guy who's going to buy TNA is not Vince McMahon. Not only is it not Vince McMahon, but it's a name that no one would thought would ever consider buying TNA. Not even a wrestling person. He's a music guy. Lead singer of the Smashing Pumpkins, Billy Corgan, is in talks to buy TNA. Wow. I know Billy Corgan's a wrestling fan and he owns his own wrestling company, his independent wrestling company, but silly Billy Corgan buy TNA, it's a good thing and a bad thing. It's a bad thing because it's not a wrestling guy taking care of it. But I think Billy Corgan does have he is a real fan. So let's hope Billy Corgan does buy TNA. Or whoever buys TNA tweets their superstars better. It doesn't fire a lot of people. So we'll see what happens with the TNA situation, especially since they're going back to the Impact Zone in Orlando. Well, they're going back to Orlando. They're going back to Universal, which I think is stupid. They're going back to, but it makes sense because their house shows are down and their tapings are down, but still. They're going back to Orlando. It's like the last resort, really. You know it's that bad, really. Got to go back to Orlando, to Universal. So there you go. See what happens with the whole TNA thing with Billy Corgan or whoever buys it. Now, on with a company that's thriving, kind of. A WWE Raw preview for this evening. Top 5 questions that must be answered this evening. Question number 5. Will D-Boy be on Raw tonight? Now, of course, D-Boy, like CM Punk as well, they both got attacked by the Wyatt family of all people last week on Raw. D-Boy being attacked after he put the yes lock on Shawn Michaels, ending their little feud. Maybe it was about Shawn coming back, but I doubt it. So we'll see if D-Boy does come back tonight, or is he still going to be out from his injuries, especially kind of the wide him out of the title picture. Because I'm hearing a certain big man, who I'll get to in a second, making a title shot if he ever gets rehired in his ongoing storyline. Question number 2. What's next for Kane? Well, we saw what happened last week. Kane took his mask off to Stephanie, saying the monster's been unleashed. So who knows? Maybe Kane's going to be Stephanie's slave or something. Who knows what's next for Kane and why he took his mask off for the second time in his career. Question number 3. I mentioned it earlier, but I'll say it full length. What's going on with this whole Triple H Big Show issue, and will Vince come back? Now, Triple H banned Big Show for life recently in an interview on WWE.com following Big Show's actions on Raw, crashing Randy Orton's celebration and knocking out Randy Orton and almost getting into a fight with Triple H. Now, that fight is still hinted for a match, but I'm hearing now Big Show, if he does get rehired, if Vince gets involved in this, makes his return out of this, that Big Show will face off against Randy Orton for the WWE Championship at the Survivor Series. Which leads to question number 2. Will any matches be made for Survivor Series tonight? Now, we don't know who's going to face Orton or not. Maybe we'll get some matches being made tonight. Maybe some hints of matches. Especially when it involves question number 1. Who's next for John Cena? Last week, Damien Sandow cashed in money to make on John Cena. And we all know the result. Super Cena gets the victory. Now, we heard Del Rio's going to get a rematch. But I think Sandow should get a rematch first. I said last week in my Raw review, I hope Sandow gets it. It makes it a triple threat between Cena, him, and Del Rio at Survivor Series. I just wish they didn't cash in money to make last week. They should have Sandow cash money to make it a better city. There was going to get a better response. Not fucking Orlando, Florida. Sorry, making fun of Orlando today. They got the Impact Zone, and now it was where Sandow cashed in, and I think it should have been cashed in this week. Or at least another week when it has a good crowd like New Jersey. Anyway, we'll see if Sandow gets a rematch or not, or Del Rio. Find out this and more on Raw tonight at 8, 7 Central on Spike. It used to be on Spike TV, now it's on USA Network. That is it for the Atak Sportz for today. I'll see you all later for my Raw review. It's going to be tough to watch Raw tonight because, like I said, I'm watching the Bears game. With that in mind, you've all been attacked by the news, sports news. Well, Zach, thank you all very much for watching. Yes, and go Bears, but I think we're going to lose them. But go Bears nonetheless. Yeah, yes.